Hi, I'm Katie. I'm the residential project manager here at Hawk Painting. I actually wear many hats within the business. One of them is scheduling, another is color consultation. Today I'm going to talk to you about how to choose a color or how to get started on your painting project if the color situation is overwhelming you. So maybe you love the existing color of your home, but you don't know who painted it, which color they use, so on and so forth. I have a couple of tips for you. If you are the first owner of your home, you could contact the builder. That's something I've done for our customers in the past, and try to locate the color name. Also, pro tip, builders often leave the leftover paint in the attic. Don't ask me why. This is just what they do. So check the attic and see if there's any leftover paint cans. You're not going to want to use that paint if it's been a couple of years, but you can get the product name or the formula off the can. Now, some of you might not know, but Kelly Moore has closed. And if you have a Kelly Moore color that you love, don't panic. Most colors can be matched at Sherwin-Williams, either by chipping off a sample of the paint, like I said, looking at the paint can to get the formula. And a lot of times Sherwin-Williams already has it in their computer system. So I'm going to talk to you about my love affair with Benjamin Moore Swiss Coffee. It is the most beautiful white of all the whites. And before you think white is just white, I promise you there are hundreds of options. So what I love about Swiss Coffee is that it is a creamy white that does not read yellow at all, but it's not going to give you that harsh, stark, hospital white color. Now it is a warm toned white. So when I'm looking at a home, I look at the flooring, the countertops, the backsplash, the decor itself to determine, are these warm colors or are they cool colors? I don't want to recommend a cool paint because it will clash with the rest of the home. Gray was trendy for a really long time. We're seeing more white walls now, but you pick something that you love. If you like gray and you have more of a warm toned home, I'd recommend a grayish. Yes, that's a real word. Gray and beige combined. So it's going to give you more of a brown-based gray. Grays are typically blue or green-based, so they can be warm or cool. Benjamin Moore paint is very expensive. You are paying for James Avery jewelry at the Tiffany price. Don't worry about this. We can make the Benjamin Moore colors in the Sherwin-Williams base that we use. So when we say that we use Sherwin-Williams products, it's because we have a good knowledge of the products that they offer, the quality that they provide, and we trust those products to perform well for you. That does not mean that you have to pick a Sherwin-Williams color. It just means that we're going to use that as the base for the colorant that you choose. Now, I'm going to walk you through. Yesterday, I did a color consultation for a previous customer. We painted a large majority of her interior. She had kind of a tan color with wood-stained crown molding and baseboards, and she wanted to lighten and brighten it up. So we found a creamy white that she loved and painted the living room, the laundry room, the kitchen, the dining area, the lots of the house. But we did not paint the master bedroom. This was her original color, cardboard. She felt like she really liked it because she has white crown molding, baseboards, some white woodwork hanging on the walls, and she has cream colored chairs and bedding. So this worked well in the room, in this space. But she then decided she wanted to get something similar, but maybe not the same color. She really has a neutral palette when it comes to the bedding and the decor in her home, specifically in the master bedroom. So I wanted to encourage her to play with color if she wanted to go that route. So these are two of the colors that I recommended. And this is just a starting point. When you look at the fan deck, it can be as overwhelming as the Cheesecake Factory menu. So if you can find a couple of colors you like, then you can locate them within the fan deck, and you can move up or down on that particular swatch. Now, another option is to get that color at a lower percentage. They can actually put less colorant into the paint can. So you could get this color 75%, 50%, and maybe it would be a better match for what you're looking for that way than at full saturation. Now, it was important for me to pull these and take them into her bedroom itself because the lighting in the paint store is very fluorescent. And so it's not going to be accurate. If you're going to paint the exterior of your home, you want to look at the paint swatches in natural sunlight. You might even want to move to different sides of the home to see how the sun hits or the shade hits at different times of day if you're worried about the color reading incorrectly. But you definitely want to look at them within the room or outside if you're painting the exterior. So I pulled, this was cardboard. That was her original color. I pulled Toasty because that's a really popular color and you can see how it's similar. Once I got there, she decided the rest of the house was so light and bright that she wants to go a little bit darker than the rest of the walls in the home, but lighter than what she currently has. So I left a fan deck with her and we are gonna go from there. We do not recommend ever painting samples directly onto your wall. So you're gonna wanna get something called a drawdown sheet. It looks like just a blank piece of paper. Now, anytime we're doing a commercial project, the general contractors require us to provide these, but I don't think most homeowners know that you can actually ask for it at the paint store yourself. So you want to get a drawdown sheet to paint on that, or even a piece of wood to paint on that, and then put it, the drawdown sheet's obviously easier to hang on your wall, but to look at it throughout your home. I also want to make you aware of sheen. When you're buying samples, it is one type of product. It's not necessarily going to match the product we are getting in the quality, and it's only one sheen. So what's sheen? It's how shiny it is. Women who wear lipstick know this. You might have a matte lipstick. That's going to be more of a flat or a matte paint. You might have a high gloss. You put lip gloss on, now you've got that high gloss look, or semi-gloss, right? So how shiny the paint is actually affects the way the color looks on the wall. So just keep that in mind. If you do purchase samples, they might be shinier or they could be less shiny than the product you are getting. I also want to encourage you to have fun with color. Don't be afraid of choosing a color that you like and worrying that you'll get tired of it or it won't help your resale value down the line. A well-painted home is, I also want to encourage you to have fun with color. If it's a color that you truly love, then you will enjoy it within the walls of your home or even on the exterior. We all know driving, if you're local to Abilene, there are some pretty interesting exterior color choices. If you'd like to remain more neutral, I recommend having fun with a pop of color on the front door. Maybe blue's your favorite color, so you go with a bright blue because, again, if your house has cool tones, this blue would look great. And I had a customer who did a coral front door. She actually chose different colored doors for different sides of the house because it fit a need that they had. They would tell people to come to a certain colored door depending on whether they were there for a Bible study or delivering a package or what have you. So I was able to pick 3 different accent colors that were fun, that went together and also complemented the colors she chose for the house. So again, don't be afraid of color. We just did green cabinets in our home. I love green. I'm going to enjoy it. Green is trending right now, but I love green. So it goes really well in my house. If you think a color will be too overwhelming in the space, you could go with a neutral palette for the majority of the walls and then do something fun on an accent wall. Another idea that I love, and I actually did in our girls' bedroom, is Swiss coffee, that creamy white I talked about, on the walls, but their baseboards and their doors are a coral color. So you can put the color there. It's a smaller area to paint later if you change your mind about the color. I would love the opportunity to help you pick colors that will make your house feel like a home. If you want more information, please visit our website, hawkyeahpainting.com.